All the police, right? Entrapment. You want to entrap women? You want to keep them prisoner? You want to stop live streams? What do you think that is? Abuse? Go ahead, human trafficking. Everybody in the building now. I'm gonna hear one more time about any tenant in this building. Amy Seukeran, apartment 47. You laughing? Let me hear you again, entrapment. You what? Everyone, every apartment now. You what? You had me arrested, narcotics in my unit. I'm recording your children. Now every single tenant. I told you not to talk to me. Now you did what? You show them now where unit 1 to 7 is. I don't care what you're on. You show them now. You go and record it. Show them the light. Show them where my window is, just like in the video. Nobody trusts any of you. You're alcoholics and addicts. Show them again then. I dare you. Let me hear you again. I'm in 47. It's not going to move. Go show them where 1 and 7 are. Why did you stop the live stream when you saw my curtain open? Yes, you are. Now they're going to do it while the live stream is going on. Everybody in Malton if you have to. You're going to call the officer to check on everybody in this building now. 7555 Goreway Drive. Start with 1. Let 1 come out with 2 and take a good look. Let them find 47 now. Yes, all of you. Amy Seukeran, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Life Coach, Canada. Now. They don't understand my business is for victims of abuse. Let's help them understand my business is for victims of abuse. They can't understand no. They can't understand stop, so let's help them. Okay, let me hear this again. Did you? Did you get to the window now? Again? Hmm? Show them again. Every day since I moved in, January 31st, 2024. Show them again. So every time they drive by, every time you go on the Goreway Bridge, show them again how you don't understand, how you're bringing other people to live here. New tenants. Show them again. You showed them where 1 to 7 are? You showed them the door and the rock? Yeah, you explained why they put glue on it? You explained about the bathroom, the P trap? Nothing to do with me? You explained all of that. Why you commented and left all those comments and texted my phone? You explained all of that. Everybody in Malton explained it to each other. And what did you come up with? That what you live where? How many times did I ask? What is the name on your lease where you live? You can't change. There are 4 buildings and it's the same management. This is why, right? You don't live in reality. Whose name is on your lease? Do you understand? If it's 2 people, a married couple, there should be 2 on the lease. Just like the one I posted all over the internet has my name. I have to explain this and you live in an apartment. How did you get in? How do you not know what's on your lease? Why? Why shouldn't they all have police records? I have 3 police calls on my name because of strangers in a building apartment I moved into. You're telling me about my mortgage agent course. You did that so you taint my police record. Why shouldn't I do it back to all of you and your children? You want jobs? But I have a police record. Let me hear why I shouldn't give you all a police record. So you can't get a job the same way. So your kids can't get jobs. Yeah, now I want to hear. You think going to jail doesn't affect people getting arrested? Yeah, every time I hear any of you women and men, right? This girl, this bee, every single one of you. Who? Where? Do you do that in public and they don't punch you? Okay, so let me hear this again. Let's go over one by one. I have narcotics in my unit. Does Malton understand that? I have lifelong nausea. I'm only on ODSP and I smoke marijuana to relieve the nausea and to eat. They're actually in their units in the building, in the front entrance, smoking, all of them. Yes, you are going to explain this and understand. What does your lease say about smoking? Mary Jane. I was sitting on the rock when I used to smoke, right? For the whole year and a half. So let me hear this again. How many times did I say it's across the sidewalk, nowhere near the property? So explain this to me again, why you were bothering me and why it came to the point where you put glue on it. Yes, they are. The entrance is the property, right on the property. The parking lot is on the property. You understand that in English? All of you with leases here? So if I was on the rock, you saw me walking on the sidewalk, you explain to me again how this happens in a building. Okay, now I'm recording your children. These are the same windows, right? How did you see me recording your children? What was the video of? I saw the video. You forgot I was here? How do you think I posted that? Now explain it to me. What did you see in the video? Now let's go over the creature. All the videos. How many did I post of him attacking me? That was next door on 45. How many videos did you count of him assaulting me? Now I actually got arrested for uttering threats. It says don't go near unit 1 and 2. Do you understand that now? Does that make sense to you? Well, let's try to make sense out of it because it doesn't make sense to me. Do you know where unit 1 and 2 are now from that window that's opened? Where are they? The same one you just had a fit over when you messed with my live stream, that one. The other one is the one with the big light. Can you imagine these are adults I'm living with? Because I'm not doing this anymore. They have what coming in the parking lot? So explain this again, why I shouldn't and don't have any rights to do anything. Explain how my money's different now. How you have a different rent and a different lease. I already told you about calling people crazy, right? Now every single tenant in this building, I told you one by one, everybody in Malton, you're going to get the same sense in your head. You want to call on people falsely? I want you, everybody in Malton, you're going to start learning who it is and why they do it. All of you that have jobs. What if I go and do it on purpose to get you fired? Make sure, right? You can't get your job back. Yes, I want you to think about it. Every single one of you when you go to bed tonight. Police record. Getting arrested? Yes. I don't know which one of you is grinning. You live too long, like what? No consequences? So who's responsible for teaching the teenagers and children then if 6 years, no consequences? Who are we blaming? Yeah, the lease, like we all know, right? They redid it in 2022. So why did they redo the lease, the landlord and tenant board? Read the top of it. What does it say? The exact date, what does it say? So why did they change it? Yes, we're going from 2019 when the same thing, right? When you know you did this. Why did they change the landlord and tenant board contract in 2022 or 2021, whatever it says? Yeah, I'm going to go check after. In the meantime, you do it. What does it say at the top? So we can eliminate all the people before that, right? Their lease was what? Until they had to change it? When did they have to change it? So was this building always 1-year leases? Then I'm trying to understand why I shouldn't do something. You actually answering and talking back to me. Right now, you are spitting in the staircase. It stinks of weed. There are empty bottles in the front entrance when I walk in. You're doing this to me because I said something. You have the nerve to be texting my business line telling me about money while you want to get up and go to work? That is visitor parking where you have I don't know what coming in, right? Looking in my window where I live. But your money's different, right? We established the townhouse is no different than the apartments, right? The apartments are bachelors and 1 bedroom. The townhouses are 2 and 3. How are you different? We went over these are 4 buildings with the same management, right? 200, almost 300 units. How have you been living? What about other apartment buildings in Malton? Anybody ever live in another apartment building? Was it the same? What are the rules for other apartment buildings? The bench where I have to go out the front entrance now is the darkest place, right? Do you remember that? Skunks all over the place? Because I can't go out this door because it's too close to unit 1 and 2, I won't risk it. Right? I have to go out the front entrance every time I have to go smoke. If it's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock. Do you remember what the creature did to me when I went and took my recycling at that same front door, the front entrance? Held the door open, right? Yes, you are. Now I actually got arrested. What is it you want me to wait for? They don't understand they're men and I'm a female? They don't understand they keep telling me they're families with children? Which one don't they understand? I went over anything could happen, and nobody would even know the difference. Did you forget about that? That was when I moved in. I'm threatening them with bodily harm. Yes, again, unit by unit, I wanna see the face of everyone. I want you to see the face of everyone and help me understand this. November 1st, brand new month, 2025, right? We got 2 months left in 2025 till a brand new year, 2026. In financial abuse. I've been in financial abuse for how long here? You think I'm gonna stay and live like this? You just did what to the live stream? What was the live stream called? Children of narcissistic parents and control. Why did you just do that? Which one is it? A narcissistic mother or father? Yes, yes, all of Malton is as soon as this is done. Yes, yes, you are. I told you ever call my name again. What was gonna happen, right? So you take a good look now. Where in Malton? Do you have any idea? You keep sending posters. What did you send me a poster of? A funeral of who? At the community center today. Let me hear why you did that. You're actually using the community center, using my name. I shouldn't say anything and do anything. You want to pretend you have businesses where? Where do you have a business in Malton? Why shouldn't I go and destroy it? Now I want to hear why. Show me why you're sending those posters to me. The community center's not real. Should I go get them charged for fraud? Shut down? I don't see why. Let me hear why. I went over the computers. Who owns the computers? Who's going to control? So you can go do whatever you want there? What about the youth hub? They who? Why do you keep saying they? You just went over. Nobody has any responsibility. You don't know rules. You live in chaos and anarchy. You want to attack people when you don't get your way, and then what? You want people not to complain about it, not to call the police on you, not to do anything? But you can call the police on me for threatening you. Men who want to get high and get women and drink. Do you want to go over the future of Moulton or what you did in 6 years, the past? Who's responsible? I don't know. Let's hear who's responsible for Moulton. Do you live in Moulton? Do you work in Moulton? Let's go over if you live here. Do you work somewhere else or in Moulton? Where do you shop? In Moulton or outside of Moulton? Yeah, we went over, right? When you shop in a store, the money stays in the community. So if you all leave and go to Brampton, you're not helping Moulton. You're telling me to move to Brampton? If you go to Walmart, why don't you move to Brampton since you sustain that community? Do you understand that? When I go to the mall, you're doing things to my food. How do you understand that is sustaining the community and helping it? You're destroying your own stores and competing with each other. Help me understand this. How do you think a community moves forward, thrives, runs? You shop at the stores, right? With the money you made at work, and the stores pay their rent and stay in business. They get more things you want. That's how stores work and communities work. If there were more stores, you'd get jobs there, right? Then you could work where you live. You wouldn't even need cars. You could just walk to work. Then you'd save even more money to go shop and support the community because you're buying things in the stores. Do you understand this cycle, how it works? You all have to buy groceries. There's one grocery store. Do you understand that much? You all go and buy groceries there. That's how the Freshco stays open, stays packed with groceries, and stays as big as it is. Do you understand that? Okay, let's try the same thing with the dollar store. Shoppers Drug Mart now. Is this starting to make sense? What you lost when you lost the Walmart? All the jobs, all of the how you became homeless, poor, which one? Depressed? The food banks, how you started using them? Well, let's hear. If you couldn't get to Walmart because you had no money, there was no Walmart, how did you, if you couldn't take the bus, how did you get things? We went over this. How did you buy sheets and curtains, all those things you get at Walmart, a bed? You just ordered them and they brought it to your house? I'm going over 6 years? I was homeless, remember? You made me homeless for 6 years, so I couldn't live in Malton. You didn't want me to live in Malton. Now I have to sit here and go over this because what? After 2 years of living here, what? Yes, I need an explanation. You just asked who was responsible for Malton. You have the nerve to what? You want to go over narcissistic mothers? Which one do you want to go over? M&M, since I posted all that? Mine? Name one. I posted how many? Gypsy Rose, right. All of them. Why are you laughing now then? You just got it messed with my live stream because which one of you? Yeah, we are gonna prove it now. I went over Malton moms, right? Narcissistic mothers. You're actually joking with me now? You went over Andrea this morning. Sociopath. Which one of you in Malton, anywhere, is joking with me? Look right at me. Amy Seukeran, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Life Coach Canada. I opened the business in March 2019. Where did you hear the word narcissist? Now we're in 2025. You know what about it? From who? Who told you? I told you not to twist people, not to go confusing people, right? Because I'm not going to undo it and fix it. You don't cause problems and I come fix it. We went over how much a psychiatrist costs, right? If you have to go for an hour, a psychologist. Yes, you did. And you're going to sit here and tell me about money? Which one of you can afford a psychiatrist and a psychologist if you need it? And you're talking about mental health for 6 years. Well, 6 years ago, who had money to go to a psychiatrist? If you're talking about money and comparing. What was minimum wage in 2019? And what is it today? Demanding what? When people buy alcohol, they sell it at the gas station right now. Why? Why does Malton have alcohol at the gas station if they have it in the mall? 2 stores. So where's that? Let's compare again, marijuana and alcohol. Yeah, for me. What are the effects of intoxication? So why is the alcohol my problem if I don't drink? Much less if men are intoxicated. Much less I'm in my own house and they're here. Yeah, all. I have actual nausea, medical, right? I can't go out of my own apartment when I need to smoke because I want you to help me understand this. 647-250-5963. Go. Let me hear. Why are you calling my phone now? $8:33 p.m. November 1st, 2025. 7555 Gorway Drive, apartment 47. Go. Let me hear. Explain this now. Everybody in Malton. The same sense you have, like I just said, right? Show me this again. How many units again? Are we separating the apartments and townhouses now? Let's go over quickly. How many townhouses? And the townhouses are all on the ground floor, right? We understand that? We understand where building 1 is, all of the townhouses? So what do the apartments start at? What number? And we understand the apartments are in the doors? The townhouses don't have to come in those doors, right? Any of them? We understand that? So what do the apartments start at from number what to what in this building, building 1? Now let's go over the trail where the park is, Malton Greenway there, where the bench is that I sit on in the dark. Where does the trail end up? It comes out where? By the bus terminal? By the mall? By the library? Everywhere? So why do you stop people from using the trail? Because it's dark? Because it's dangerous? There are skunks and coyotes and raccoons? You wanna go over what options you have? What's wrong with you? Yeah, they're gonna sit here every day, every unit until they understand. Yes, why? They called. Everybody in Malton. I'm gonna end this live stream here. Amy Seukeran, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Life Coach, Canada. Enjoy your night. What is it, Saturday? I'm sure the narcissists want to go, right? Get some. Just remember, I'm a victim in recovery, after recovery. 15 and a half years, right? Then my parents and family. That was my ex-narcissist boyfriend. Do you know how far he lived from here? On Brandon Gate? Do you know where Roselle is? Do you remember Joe's? Do you remember the pink house? Anybody? That was his house, the pink house. I always wondered who painted it pink. Anybody know that? Enjoy your night, Molten.